it does take a little time to be comfortable with and do dimensioning in a way that suits your style of drafting. The first thing I'd say when you want to put a dimension down is just make sure under tools and global parameters and grips that you've got enable grips. Grips do need to be on, in my view, when you are dimensioning. Now, this is a design for a very complex design for rehabilitation of some sporting fields, and there are tennis courts here and they double as basketball courts. Say, for the sake of argument, we wanted to put a dimension across here to indicate the width of the tennis court. You would go to the dimension drop down and set a dimension style that suits the way you want to work. And I'll list this. I've got quite a lot in this drawing, but I've got one called 1 to 250, and I've set that as current. So if I now say dimensions, I want an aligned dimension because that chord is running at an angle, so aligned, and I'll pick as my start point the end of that line, and there's the second origin point there, and then I can come down. One thing to watch is watch the position of your cursor here, because the text in the dimension is going to appear at the point where you click. So if I click here, the dimension goes in, that's fine, but it looks ugly. So line the position of your dimension line up according to where you want your text to go. It's fixable because we've turned on enable grips, and we can see them. We can now just slide that along and adjust our dimension line. So in this case, I've created a dimension style that suits the way I want to work, with an architectural tick mark there, and happen to be working here in meters, which is a little uncommon for me, but the style suits this particular rather complex development. There is a reason the client wants it in meters rather than millimeters. And I'll have to alert the construction team that all the dimensions in here are given in meters. Another approach, of course, would be to scale the whole drawing by 1,000 and then put our dimensions on. Our construction team much prefer to work in millimeters as their base unit, but admittedly this is quite a large site, so their meters can be handy.